All right. So, good afternoon, everybody. This is Bill Resch here. I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to talk with you today. And we're going to talk about a very interesting topic here, small business owners strategies, if you will, specifically retirement plans. How can we utilize retirement strategies to help our clientele? And so as we go through this presentation, I want you to think about small business owners. I'll give you more specificity as we go through the process. But just to give you a background about myself, I've been in this industry now for over 16 years, done point of sale experience, high net worth cases, partnered with, some clients who needed to purchase large policies, and we had to leverage multiple carriers. So once again, the beauty of this multi-carrier environment is the ability to get the clients exactly what they need. I have a big trainer coach mentality. So my goal is to help you guys find the right solutions and opportunities for your top clients. And as we go through this process, we think about my expertise in doing all this. You couple that with the IMO that we partner with that can offer solutions of protection or accumulation. So, when we think about that, your life insurance solutions, tax-free retirement strategies, traditional disability, depending on the type of clientele you partner with, leveraged solutions like premium finance, retirement plans is what we're going to focus on today, and things like guaranteed income. So we have all of that at your fingertips, and that's what we have here at Valor Financial Specialists to partner with you so you can take care of your clients. And so if we go and talk about the agenda today, we'll talk about why retirement plans, the typical target market that you want to look at. I'm going to focus on one of the products or one of the carriers that we can partner with, as well as the process, how to get started in this type of scenario. So let's start off first with why retirement plans. Well, if I gave you a little quiz, I know, I'm sorry, it's late in the afternoon. Not a lot of people want to take quizzes, right? But it's a pretty pertinent question when we think about this type of scenario or area that we're in. When you talk about the percentage of small business owners or small businesses do not have a pension plan. So we think 5%, 85%, or all small businesses have a retirement plan. Well, the answer is 85%. So when you think about that, it truly means that opportunity knocks. You have a chance to make an impact in your local area, especially for something like this, when a lot of places do not have any type of retirement solution. Matter of fact, if we look at a few more statistics about the market, I got these from our partner that we're going to focus on today, American National. 26 million business firms in the United States have less than 20 employees, and 92% of all business that really comprises 92% of all businesses in the United States. So when we think about the type of assets that we could accumulate or have an opportunity with, currently total assets in existing 401ks and defined contribution plans is $5 trillion. So this is a very large market to focus on, and why not us, right? And so we think about the gift that keeps on giving. When we work with small business owners or just business owners in general, it opens the door for life insurance opportunities, for that employer, the employees, their family and friends. So it becomes that referral opportunity for you to grow your practice just by helping out these business owners. And the retirement plans really provide that passive type of income. So when you think about the employees, every time they put money into their retirement plan, every pay period, which is usually every couple of weeks, those contributions equal compensation for you as a producer. And if the employee leaves, now you have that rollover opportunity to reposition those assets into something like an annuity. And when we think about the opportunities and the locations where we could find these type of opportunities, it's you go to, you're on your way to work, you have to go to the gas station, you can talk to that business owner. You talk about the repair shop next to it. You think of a coffee shop where everyone likes to stop. Not Starbucks, we're talking about the mom and pop type of coffee shops. A deli, a local deli, the dentist that you visit, and even the dry cleaners. So I think about myself, right across the street from me is a grocery store. And then right next to it, there's a nail salon, there's a chiropractor, there's a dry cleaner, there's a burger joint, and then there's also a sushi restaurant. So I've got about 5 opportunities right across the street. When you think about these type of opportunities, they're all around us. And so the retirement plans, they can offer you things like tax deductions, gives a nest egg for the business owner. It really is an underserved market. A lot of people don't really understand how to start the approaching process when it comes to something like this. And really, what I like about it most is it opens the door for other types of sales. So this can create a new profit center for your business. Once again, that passive income stream coming in as people are funding their retirement plan, you're getting compensation for that too. And pretty stellar commissions from that standpoint when you think about that. Benefits to the business owner, it can reduce taxes. So once again, what are all our clientele looking for? Ways to reduce taxes and increase the opportunity for their retirement. So if we can find a way to provide a tax deduction standpoint, giving them contributions that are tax deductible, they can grow tax deferred, and then they have employee benefits. That's the big one, is really the employee retention. So these products cost money to set up. They cost money to keep, maintained. But the big thing is that it really retains those employees. We have so many people nowadays who are losing their top employees because someone's offering a better benefit package. So even here, we can even attract higher caliber type of employees. So let's talk about the target market. And what we think about with this is that really all businesses are welcome. We talk about sole proprietors, C Corps, S Corps, professional service corporations, LLCs, and partnerships. All of them have the opportunity to partner with us in this type of solution. And it can be anywhere in the life cycle. So whether it's a new business, just starting, a growing business that's starting to thrive, a successful one, or even one that's winding down, because a lot of times you'll have a business succession plan with stuff like that as well. And so when we talk about the small business target market that we're going to look for in this, we want to look for 1 to 100 employees, no franchisees. So thinking like your Subway locations, that's a franchisee of the corporation. Unions or associations. Think about though the businesses that you touch daily that have a smaller clientele, not clientele, but ownership, so to speak, that they're not, a big name brand or a big box type of company. I'm not asking you to go out and look for, the Googles or the Microsofts here. So once again, think about 1 to 100 employees. And where to look? You could talk about your existing clients. So if you're already in this landscape or this situation, your existing clients is the first place to go. CPAs are a great resource for you to actually use them to leverage each other, so to speak, symbiotic relationship, if you will, because they usually do a lot of taxes for business owners. So it's a great opportunity there to partner with CPAs. There's databases out there, and I'll show you a few free databases that you can utilize as well. Community involvement. So if you're out in the public doing community or charity work, you usually get to meet people. Mail out campaigns. So if you want to send out mail to the local restaurants and coffee shops. I mean, really, with emails nowadays, a lot of people just get a ton of emails and delete them all right away. But if you think about it, the mail out campaign, how often do you really get a personal handwritten letter? So might be a good idea to bring that idea back. And even cold calling. never hurts to just pick up the phone and start calling the businesses. How do we identify specified prospects? There's really a good laundry list here when you think about it. So medical practice, that would be a good one. Uh, small restaurants, realtors, consultants. You look at food manufacturing companies, law offices, bed and breakfast, dental practice. So a lot of these you have a pretty good opportunity with coffee shops, as I mentioned, printing companies. Once again, not thinking about the macros is more of a micro opportunity. When you think about the products that you can utilize in these scenarios, you have to understand there's two types of benefits that you can offer from a retirement standpoint. The first one being a defined benefit plan, which is funded by a company, and there's an actual defined benefit at retirement. And then defined contribution plans, when you think about those, that's really where the individual or the employee takes action. They don't really know how much they're going to get at retirement. So those are two different sides of the spectrum. And we have the ability to sell both. So when you think about what we can offer here, the 412(e)(3) plans and the defined benefit plans, traditional defined benefit, cash balance plans. And then on the defined contribution side, you have 401ks, Roth 401ks, safe harbor plans, solo 401ks, and profit sharing. So you'll see here that a lot of what I have comes from American National, but we do have a couple other carriers that can support these type of retirement plans too. They just have a lot of the pretty pictures. So, but when you also think about some of the opportunity as well, I forgot to mention before, when you talk to someone who has a 401k already, you can reposition those assets from the prior carrier to our solution, and all those assets that are transferred, say, to American National, you'll get compensation on those as a rollover. So all that cash that's going from the prior 401k company to the new one, you'll get compensation for that. Any new assets coming in or premiums put into people's 401k plans, you get that as well. And then on the back end, when people are leaving, that separation from service triggers the opportunity for you to help them roll it over to a different product, like, for example, say, an annuity. So you get it coming in, you get it while it's there, and then you get it when people retire or move on to a new carrier. So why American National? Well, they have everything all in one spot. So you have the plan design. We have people who can help you with that. Lower fees, once again, for the smaller target markets, not like, thousands and thousands of employees. They have quantity and quality of investment choices, which we'll look at here in just a minute. They have investment advice options, internal TPAs. So that's one big thing that people always hate to try and find, is a third-party administrator to manage this. They have it all there. And so really it is a one-stop resource. Now, the schedule fee that I have here is a little old, but let's not let the facts get in the way of a good story, right? In this scenario, you think about what it takes to start a process or a plan, the installation. So 1 to 25 employees would be about $600. I think it's like 800 now. 26 to 300, you have a little bit higher cost because, again, you're installing this plan. But you see a list of the prices over there as well. Depending on what type of plan you have, those are all administrative annual fees that you would pay for these type of solutions. Once again, all of these are tax deductible as well. So even though they're paying something, they're getting a deduction for it on top of putting money into their own retirement plans. And the secret sauce to this is that, with Anico, they use they call it WealthQuest 3 group variable annuity. Now, this group variable annuity, the beauty of it is that it's a non-registered variable annuity. What does that mean? That means you do not need a FINRA license to actually sell this to a small business. The beauty of partnering with someone like American National is they actually have someone on staff. So you're bringing the resource to them. you'll be the primary contact for that company, but they're going to do all the heavy lifting. So once again, no securities licenses required. They have 7 different fund families with 50 different investment options, and they're all trackable through Morningstar. So if we look at the fund families here, we got Federated, Federated Hermes, MFS Securities, T. Rowe Price, Fidelity, Alger, and Invesco. So I'm familiar with what I would say the outer rim, like Invesco to MFS. I'm not too familiar with Federated Hermes or Federated, but once again, you have 50 different fund options in there, and you're talking about all the different types of scenarios. You got targeted allocation funds, aggressive, growth, balance, high yield bonds. You have everything that you would typically see in a normal 401k all in one spot. And like I said before, they're all Morningstar available, so you'd be able to monitor and track how the performance is going. And there is really no cost to the employee for this as well. So let's talk about the process. You know, it's always fun to talk about the cool stuff you can do, but it's always about the process. How do you get from point A to point B? And here, when we talk about the actual process, we talk about really what to say. You know, you think about this, is like, oh, you got all these great ideas, but how do you actually take it to market? So it's very simple. You can ask a simple question like, are you maximizing your tax deductions? And they'll probably respond with, what do you mean by that? Do you have a retirement plan? And then if they say yes, you say, hey, we have a free review process, or we could possibly even save you money if you think about repositioning from your current retirement plan to a new one. Because in essence, everyone loves a free whatever, right? Anytime someone says, I'll review it for you for free, everyone likes that because they want to make sure that what they have is currently the best. And if not, what can we do to make it better? And so that's why we talk about potentially upgrading a portfolio. There's nothing wrong with actually not selling it, because once again, you're making a connection, you're telling them they did a good job, and then ultimately you could still get an opportunity to partner with that business owner. If they do not have it, that's where you can offer the idea, say, you know, I can show you how to maximize your tax deductions. Simply complete a census form, and I'll show you that in just a second. But really, the objective is to pique the interest of the business owner, to then really gather that information. And that's going to be the most important part, is the information gathering. So you'll typically fall on a few different types of clients. For example, take a client without a plan. We have a simple basic script here for you to just kind of talk about ways to get that solution or even opportunity to show them how they could do something. You have a client with a plan, a current plan. We have another script to start the conversation. Unknown prospects. So if you're just smiling and dialing, which is perfectly fine, we've got a script for that as well. And then just simple conversation starters to get the ball rolling. So all of these are available. We also have pre-approved letters that you can send out to people to talk about how to reduce their taxes through a qualified plan. And so how does this process really work? Well, you have to submit a census. Aneco will review it, and then ultimately they'll send you back a little spreadsheet or a document to position and present to that business owner. It'll look nice and pretty and everything. You know, the information they're really looking for is what type of contribution flexibility does the client have, the budget, you know, the owner's age is important, company profitability, what type of tax deductions they're looking for, family members, employee demographics, and maybe any other goals or objectives. So it really is as simple as filling out a census form. So when you look at this census form, it's in little phases here. So we talk about the advisor, so you, your information, the business information. So you talk about simple stuff, name of the business, address, contact person at the business, their phone number, what type of entity are they? Because that will matter, and the options. date it began, business tax bracket, et cetera, et cetera. Additional business information. So is it controlled by an affiliated or a control group or affiliated service group? And it is important. So I will say this, I've dealt with a few people who have tried to do this already, and they want to just get an idea. The problem is that these are all ERISA-based plans that are scrutinized by the government. So if someone like Anico runs something that's just an idea or just want to see pricing, it can be a big problem from the standpoint of the carrier. It could lead to potential litigation because they're actually showing a solution. And so that's why we need like all the information up front to give them what they're looking for. So there's no vagueness to these type of solutions. You have to be pretty on point with it. We want to know the goals and objectives of the business, and they can rank them. And then also, if you have no idea what you want, you can check the box there at the bottom, and then they'll come up with solutions for you. So contributions, they want to know what type of contributions you have. This is pretty cool. Existing plan information. And once again, you don't have to know all this. It's pretty black and white. So if they say they have a existing plan information, they should know all that, whether it's the HR representative or the business owner. They should have that information already. Specifically, when you look at the important, please submit along with the fact finder copy of the most current adoption agreement for existing plan, the base plan, last two 5500 forms. They should have all of that already. So just because it's on the sheet doesn't mean you need to know it. The beauty of this is that they should know that already if they have an existing plan. And once again, if you have someone who has an existing plan and we have a better solution and roll over all that cash, you're going to get compensated for that rollover money. Any additional comments would go right there in case you want to have a little extra color commentary to this setup. But needless to say, this is really where it gets started. If you want to send this back to me, I can connect it through the right people to get the process started. And this is the moneymaker right here. This is the last piece for the census. And so what it is it asks for the business owner's information. Now, if you'll notice there, date of hire, owner percentage, current salary, second year salary, third year salary. Then you also have the employee's information. So let's say, for example's sake, we don't even sell the 401k plan. You'll have a whole list of people here that you can talk to the business owner, see if maybe you want to put on a seminar on tax-free retirement strategies. Or we have carriers that go as little as $100 a month into an annuity in case someone wants to do a flexible premium annuity to get the ball rolling for themselves. But this is your leads right here. So if you take care of the business owner, you're taking care of their entire business, and that includes their employees. So there's an opportunity there when you're enrolling them into this type of plan. You can talk to them about different types of strategies, other things that you offer. So really, this is a giant gateway into referrals. As I mentioned before, where to get started, there's a couple web-based areas to help. So you can find and prospect to different types of businesses and opportunities. And so when we think about all of this, I always like to ask the question, why Valor? Why me? Why would you partner with me? So I'll just give you an idea here of some of the success stories that we've seen in this short period of time. I had an agent who partnered with a different agency before, and had a couple clients, 68 years old. They had a son and a wife, and they all got declined due to lack of financials with another carrier. Well, he brought that case over to me. We partnered with a different carrier to provide a better value proposition, one that had more favorable financials. and we were able to secure all those policies, and the agent walked away with 356,000 in target premium. We also partnered with a client who got declined from 3 carriers in the past. 56-year-old male, 8.0 A1C, sleep apnea, and cardiac concern. We were able to secure a standard non-tobacco with one carrier for $3 million in coverage, and a 50-year-old client who had a 7.1 A1C, and his father passed away at 48. So that's huge because most carriers will cap you at standard non-tobacco if you have family history, especially a heart attack before age 60. We were able to secure $10 million in coverage at a preferred non-tobacco rate. And for those of you who are, in the process of building teams, want to look for an opportunity to create an agency, you can do that through us. We have a pathway to management where we partner with 7 carriers. That doesn't mean that's all we have. We have 30 plus carriers, but this is a great way to start. You don't want to give too many carriers to start with, especially for newer people, but they offer carrier bonuses. So there's incentives from these carriers. You also have carrier trips. So these carriers, if you put money with them, you hit 100,000, and for a couple of these carriers, and you're off to a location of their desire. Like Columbus is going to be 100,000, and you're going to the Bahamas. Corbridge, 100,000. You're off to Amelia Island in Florida, and so there's other trips and incentives too. But this isn't everything. This is just the initial pathway to start. As you continue to grow in this wonderful world of insurance, there's additional ways to grow in compensation, even above street level comp. And so you even have the ability to build teams through it too. So there's a lot that you can do here. And there's a great plan and a great setup. If you'd like to hear more about it, you can always email me, management@valorfinancialspecialist.com. That's also my phone number. So if you feel like there's an opportunity here, I would love to hear it. My action steps today would be, think of at least 3 businesses that you frequent often. Maybe you already know the business owner, and you'd like to have the opportunity to sit down with them, even over just a simple cup of coffee, and discuss the opportunities to provide a solution that'll give them tax deductions. This is a great time to talk about it now because what are we in? Tax season. What are people angry about? The fact they have to pay a lot of taxes. And so let's think of ways that we can help them mitigate that now or in the future. So with that, what I will do now is I'll open it up for questions. I'm going to stop the recording here. So bear with me 1 second.